Hello everybody, I'm Penros776. Did you remember that last season I said I had a plan for dealing with Emblem Ike? Because here it is, we got some kids involved. Originally I had a different plan, but I free summoned this unit, so I figured that's a sign. The whole shtick here is that Hush Spectrum gained from rallying this unit prevents Great Aether from going off, so we can actually survive combat with the old menace himself. Now, of course, to get Hush Spectrum to activate, we need to rally this unit or assist them in some way. So we have a rally trap, specifically rally up Res, really likes to target the 7th unit. Our duo is the 7th unit, and as a bonus, it'll give them their action back. Well, that's the plan. Anyway, we'll see how it works. Aside from that, Joe Shamir has Fatal Smoke, and aside from that, we've also brought along an AoE unit, just in case they're vulnerable to AoEs. The overlap here is a little shifty, but we're hoping that Wings of Mercy 4 is gonna sort that all out. On the enemy team, Air plus 10, Ash plus 1, Winter Edelgard plus 1, Peony plus 10, the other Attuned Peony plus 2, and the new Fancy Merrick. So, standard Winter Edelgard gameplay that we have all come to know and expect here, but Idunn is still doing the same business that Idunn has always done.
My heart.
Blaze, pretty chunky damage, but Edelgard, weirdly tanky, and we have set her up for some Wings of Mercy here, so, well, there's Wings of Mercy number 1. Edelgard able to hit into our duo unit. Wings of Mercy number 2, and Peony actually choosing to attack here because, well, that's a melee Peony. That means it's a Gale Force Peony, or it can be. Anyway, but the trap stops Merrick when he tries to warp in, take out Embla, and, well, with that, they've already kind of run out of actions before the map is over. Sonia being left alive here, able to do some quite serious blasting.
How vexing.
And Byleth, does Byleth actually win this? No. Peony has dodge. But even though Byleth doesn't win this, yeah, Triandra gets it done. So, bit of a failed Gale Force here, and in response to that, they are leaving. Goodbye. Now here, my friends, this is gonna be the real test. Our opponents here are Dagger plus 6. Okay, Lumera plus 3, so a bit of AoE protection. Peony plus 10. Emblem Ike plus 10. 86 hit points, absolute monster. Aska plus 4. And Leo, I keep forgetting which banner this Leo is from, but the one who applies gravity to people. Not only is Emblem Ike plus 10, he's got Lumera support, he's also got Fatal Smoke 4 built in to try and counter people using Miracle as the other way to survive Great Aether. Well, we got our rally off, we got our Hush Spectrum, here it is, Great Aether does not go off, we survive the hit back, and now that Wings of Mercy 4 that I inherited does exactly what it was intended to do. Well, I mean, the other plan was, of course, that all our units slam into Ike and maybe we kill him, but this... yeah, Embla runs into Ike, Embla survives the combat, and then we can all just warp over him, go around the Ike. So yeah, Sonia able to clear up something. Robin, the duo, does a little bit of slaying as well. Ike is boxed in, 2 units killed, not giving up yet. Again, her Spectrum stops with Great Aether. Unfortunately, Sonya not tanky enough to survive even without Great Aether going off. Same goes for a bow against a flying unit. And apparently Leo just hits pretty hard in general, so, well, if they'd intended to keep going from there, they would have won, but with 2 units lost, I think we've gone and done it. We beat a +10 Ike with some serious support. That is exactly what I was hoping the team would do. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. By the way, to celebrate this success, if you want to come along and subscribe to the channel, we are so close to 1,000 subscribers. I can feel it approaching, and well, if you could help me out with that, that would be greatly appreciated. It's because, you know, if you hit that button, you're going to get this kind of nonsense on Aether raids every week. And what could be better than that? Well, next up here, we're facing Air +10, Peony +10, Emblem Ike +1, okay, not another +10, the new duo Robin, Lumera, and legendary Eliwood +5. Seriously, using a baby duo Robin against our baby duo Robin, using our own strategy against us, and well, we might have a bit of a problem here. You see, the rally trap, it is not flawless by any stretch of the imagination.
I'll guide you.
And, well, even though we're kind of surviving Ike's initial attack here, you'll see what I mean soon enough. Because rally units, you see, they have something in common with dancers. The thing they have in common is known as the 5 damage rule.
Great Aether!
And never mind, actually, Idunn's positioned in a great spot here, so we are still going to get the rally off. But the other issue here is that Emblem Ike's positioning has completely clogged up the team. So, despite everything else we've got going on, we did manage to stick Fatal Smoke, but
We won't lose!
that's more or less the long and short of it. Plus, all the combat here has decharged our AoE as well. Ike is not standing in the AoE zone, the AoE protection zone afforded by Lumera, but we're not actually going to be able to AoE him because, of course, he has a massive pulse smoke built into his weapon. Actually, forget Ike, Sonya attacking into Lumera. That's even more frustrating, because if our positioning had just switched up a little bit, we could have been hurling a lot more of our damage into Lumera, actually, maybe snatched out a kill there, but unfortunately that's not the way the game wants it to be. So Ike, up there on the defense tile, just causes more problems than we can really handle.
You've got this.
Time for them to counterattack. Another thing about Baby Robin, by the way, Harsh Spectrum obviously counters Ike pretty hard. It's a really good answer to duo Byleth as well. Rude, by the way. And what I suspect is going to happen here is the thing I thought was going to happen the first time around, namely 5 damage rule going to kick in, prevent Ambler from rallying, or, well, maybe not prevent Ambler from rallying, but she cannot reach the baby duo here, so we are not getting any Hush Spectrum And now we're gonna run our entire team face first into Gatekeeper with disastrous consequences. Like, the difference in Ike's damage output with/without Great 69, by the way, without Gatekeeper is just immense. That thing gives him so much damage.
Keep up. I know.
It's plain silly. And flat damage reduction, also plain silly. All the buffs he's getting from the fact he's on bonus season, that's like triple silly right there. So yeah, we're not winning this one after all. Beat the +10 Ike, lose to the +1 Ike. Well, that's just how it is sometimes. After all, it's your strategy in this game that matters a lot more than your units. Although obviously, when your units are units like Ike, they do help.
Great Aether!
Well, it's basically going to come down now to grabbing pots. There's a decent chance that they're going to be able to box in Triandra pretty effectively here if they want to. Triandra still not really doing much damage at all. So honestly, they could even just try and tank her. Do things that way. But they do, in fact, go for the box. Understandable. And so they should be able to get both pots and finish up the map next turn. Indeed, they do.
The emblems are with me.
Yeah, well, that's the problem with Ike. He's just so strong that even if you bring a counter to him, if they just play around that counter, it completely undoes it. Well, I do have some ideas on how to improve things, but we'll see if I get them done. Next up here, Duo Saint. Nerf Foods +1, Winter Edelgard +1, Aska +10, Duo Chrom, and Peony +10. So looks like we're back to good old Winter Edelgard methodology. By the way, I changed my traps around. I figured if people are going to try and send their Ikes up through the middle there, maybe I'll put some bolt traps there to give them a little convincing to change their mind. But the fact that those traps work on Edelgards as well, I would consider that quite the bonus. Well, turn number 3. Whoever this is, they do not have a fully built up healing tower, so that damage sticking around, but they have discovered a secret spot where you can tank Triandra. Unfortunately for them, that hasn't really done much for them. Tanking Triandra has just led into letting Sonia out of her box, and, well, when Sonia is free, she is free to AoE whoever she likes. Also, little neat interaction there, the pivot refreshing our duo Robin. No kills coming out of it, but it's fine, we already snuck 1 kill in, and that's enough to force them out of our map. Okay. Who's next? Well, I can tell you who's next. It's duo Byleth +4, Emblem Ike +1, Gotoh +10, Winter Dimitri +10, Asuka plus 7, and Ulla plus 10. Gotoh, another great answer, and it looks like not using Ike, actually leading with Dimitri.
All yours.
Which is a move that makes a lot of sense. We do have a Hardy Bearing unit on this team. They have positioned correctly to actually prevent our rally from going off as well. If our rally had gone off, we're actually a pretty decent answer to win to Dimitri. Well, I mean, we'd still be losing this battle, but we're a pretty decent answer in the sense that he does not get to pre-charge his special against us. Although again, the amount of damage he's doing at the moment, pre-charging his special doesn't look like it would have made much of a difference. The other thing to consider is that, well, with Gotoh as another answer for AoEs, obviously that's not a counter. With Dimitri here, normally our answer to him is pretty simple. We bring Tina along, but as you know in previous videos, Tina has the habit of breaking our rally traps by stealing buffs that we need for those rally traps to activate. So if we want our Emblem Ike counter, our duo Robin, our baby duo Robin to work, we can't bring Tina along, right? So again, he's just in this terrifying situation where none of the strategies to beat him quite work consistently, and even the ones that do work relatively consistently leave you a lot more vulnerable to all the other problems that this game has. Still, that's second loss now. We're 1 for 3 against teams that brought Emblem Ike. Well, presumably, they're finishing this up right here. And, well, that just isn't good enough for me. I think it's time we got a little stupider with our defense team. What am I talking about? Well, let me tell you something. I said that our rallies were being stopped, our rally units were being baited out because of the 5 damage rule. After all, dancers have the 5 damage rule. Rally units have the 5 damage rule. You know what units don't have the 5 damage rule? That's right, healers. And on exactly the same banner as our duo baby Robin, they released a rally skill for healers that does not have the 5 damage rule because it's on a healer. Isn't that great? Another little bonus to this skill, by the way. It doesn't just grant stats, it also grants a specific buff. Now, there's a weird thing with the AI. When rallies grant stats, they can only be used on units who don't have those stats already buffed. But when they grant stats and a buff, that restriction is no longer in effect, meaning Tina can come back on the team. We are so freaking back, buddy. And, well, that's just one bonus. The other nice thing is that on her own, Emerin is a really funny unit, has some quite ridiculous warping potential in her weapon, which is why Kvasir is all the way over here. Yeah, this is corner Kvasir. It's the new peak strategy. You're gonna love it. There are other places I could have put her, but I thought this one was the silliest. On the enemy team, legendary male Alia, Ash plus 4, Winter, Dimitri, Nerfuz plus 1, Harmonic Chloe, and Peony plus 2. So, yeah, quite remarkable. Alongside baby duo Robin, they also released a second unit at the same time who also solves all of our problems. It's honestly just the perfect sequence of little things about how Emmeryn works that honestly makes me wonder if the devs actually knew what they were doing. Anyway, Kvasir, corner Kvasir, not even needing to use the warp to get out of the corner, they just left Dimitri there. Tina stole his buffs, he can't counterattack. We're back in business. Here is the rally that we were all kind of expecting, and here is the warping that Emmeryn allows, letting all of our units overlap oh so perfectly, and giving them the freedom to go on and murder whatever they want. So Dimitri's down, their dancer is down, that's Ashe out of the way as well. Let's see what they think about that. Yeah, that's more or less what I expected, and I'm telling you, the secret building defenses in Aether raids is the stupider the better. Well, okay, maybe not, but in this case, stupidity has been really working for us. In which case, why not keep it going? Next set of opponents here starts with Lumera, a duo, Byleth, Arcadian Altina, a duo Kagero, Idunn +7, hey, we've got one of those, and Nefuz. Fairly straightforward setup here. Well, actually a little bit complicated. They've got Arcadian Altina as their tank, but she's protected by 2 saves. Anyway, let's go and warp on over, see how they're doing, huh?
You ready?
Joe Shamir, I was gonna say, is pretty good at taking care of Byleth. Does not actually take care of Byleth, but I suspect we're about to solve that problem in a moment. Thanks, Kvasir. And, well, the Wings of Mercy we inherited is not going to go to waste either. Our frontline units on low hit points means that Robin able to warp up, and Tina also able to warp up. Apparently this Altina did not bring Null Sea Disrupt like they usually do, and we didn't kill her. Well, we still did some pretty serious damage, though. They do counterattack with Nefuz. After all, Joe Shamir outside of our near save range. We've gone back to our 7th slot unit being Idunn, so she's hanging around at the back for the time being. But on the other hand, our positioning doesn't really let them get to many of our actual threats, so yeah, all of our really dangerous units, except for Shamir, who's dead, are still alive, and that convinces them to surrender. Well, a couple more battles to go. Our opponents here are Gatekeeper +3, duo Byleth, Nefuz +1, Miller +2, interesting, Peony +3, and duo Green. Now, arguably, they've brought some pretty good units to counter us here. Why? Well, Miller is actually isolating the right unit for once. This never happens. So Emmeryn not going to be able to do our usual shenanigan, and on top of that, Gatekeeper to prevent warping, but despite all that, our Robin just about clutches it on 1 hit point, And Shamir is going to follow up with the decisive blow on that duo Byleth. And that is beautiful. The pivot again giving Baby Robin the extra action. Who says our team doesn't have dancers, huh? And letting him sneak out a second kill to go with it. Yeah, I'm liking this setup. It does some ridiculous things, even, apparently, when they shut it down. And, well, looks like we have one battle left on the menu. Our opponents here are Peony, Brave, Gullveig, Air at +5, Aska, Nefuz, and Veloria +1, Gale 4C. Looks like the plan is AoE Gullveig, which I respect, honestly. I respect. After all, I ran AoE Gullveig myself for quite a while.
For you.
And she's got some pretty serious stats as well. Actually survives the Byleth counterattack. And going to AoE down our Baby Robin as well. How rude. But how understandable. And with those units out of the way, they're going to make it hidden run style. Get out of range. Safety fence triggers. And they're gone. Turn 2 now. Going in a second time, Gullveig going to hit Tina. Obviously, they don't want us getting up shenanigans with their buffs. And for the second time, backing out of range. Are they out of range though? Bonus thing number 3 about Magic Shield. If they do this kind of strategy, it gives Emmerin an extra action when it's used. So, she uses her extra action, she snipes out Aska, and, well, this is a player who is not going to settle for that. So, our final win of the season. I'm kind of sad that our stupidified team here could not embrace its absurdity against the ridiculous unit that is Emblem Ike, because no one brought one. But, well, you know, you can't have everything, and we still beat 1 + 10 Emblem Ike, so, you know, I'm gonna settle for that. Well, I'll see you all next time for Chaos Season, where we're going to be trying something that's a little bit inspired by the team you've just seen. And then the season after Chaos Season, let's bring this nonsense back and see if we can properly shred some Ikes with it. I hope you're looking forward to that. In the meantime, your likes, your comments, especially your subscriptions are hugely appreciated. I'll see you in the next one. Penrost out.